So I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Alicia. We also have our CSM Shawnee on the call with us. She's going to help me mitigate the questions that you guys have. So first of all, again, thank you for joining. We have some exciting things coming to you guys from Lead Sherpa. And this, just to clarify, this is something that only is going to affect people that have signed up for Lead Sherpa prior to May 5th, 2022. So if you have signed up after that, you are already on our new version of Lead Sherpa. So, so if you signed up prior to that, this is the webinar for you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today we're going to talk about, Today we're going to talk about what changes we have made, why we made these changes, what the benefits of our new version are for you guys, how to qualify for the new version, and then the cost and timeline to get moved over to the new version. So first of all, what changes did we make? We have implemented a new internal managed provider, which means that all of our traffic is now going through this managed provider. There is no need for a third-party entity like Twilio. We have additional steps for brand verification to ensure that all of our users are compliant with these ever-changing 10DLC regulations. So we wanted to make sure that you guys as consumers were protected as well as you could be. And then we've also made some changes to our pricing. It is now all-inclusive. I know previously it was dependent on number of uploads. That has changed to be dependent on the number of messages you are sending per day. And I'll get into further details about that during this webinar here. So why did we make these changes? As we talked about, 10 DLC regulations are getting heavier and heavier. We want to make sure that you guys are protected. We pride ourselves on being the most compliant platform out there, and we will continue to do so. That is our #1 priority. Like I said, we also needed the ability to send to all cell phone carriers without the use of a third-party system like Twilio. So now you can send to all carriers without any blocks. And then we wanted to make the system easier to use and the pricing easier to understand. So here's some benefits of the new version. As I've discussed, the all-inclusive pricing, there are no hidden fees. You'll know what you'll be paying for every month. There's no carrier blocks. Unlike our old version, you can send to all carriers, including Verizon, without the use of Twilio. If you have Twilio integrated and you choose to keep it, that is completely fine. We just don't support the any technical support on that API anymore. So you're more than welcome to keep Twilio, or you can just continue using them. We see an average of 99% delivery rates with this new version. Most of our customers who use best practices are seeing 100% delivery rates, no problem. So that is something that we are very excited about, is those higher delivery rates are hitting everybody, all the carriers, and they're getting those messages. So phone numbers are not going to be an issue anymore. So you would buy phone numbers in the past. Now your account will include those phone numbers for you. There's no additional charges for phone numbers. We will give you the amount of numbers that you need to safely send messages. There is, with this new provider, you don't need nearly as many numbers to stay compliant and to not hit those spam numbers. So most customers that we see on these higher plans, on our enterprise and pro plans, they have as little as 5 to 10 numbers, and they're doing great traffic with that. So we will take care of all of the phone numbers for you. If we see that your number health goes down, we will auto rotate them for you as well. So there's no reason, or there's no need for you guys to have to worry about that anymore. The next thing Regulated channel to increase your protection. Like we said, compliance is our #1 concern and our #1 priority with our customers. So everything that we do that seems like it may be a hindrance is for your protection. We do require that you are brand verified and that you have a website or some sort of social media presence. And I'll again get into further detail about that later in the webinar. But those are new regulations that have come out recently, and we'll get into how you can add those to your account to stay compliant. The next thing that we are super excited about, we are the only software on the market today where you can do 30,000 messages from a single market. We actually have a couple of customers that are doing higher traffic than that with one market and seeing great results, seeing the 99, 100% delivery rates with that one market. So we're very excited about the ability to help you guys expand your business with minimal markets there. Number of messages are now on an account level. So it used to be where you had a certain number of messages per campaign. That is, or per market, excuse me. That's no longer the case. So now the number of messages that you purchase will be available across all markets. So if you do have 2 markets and you're doing traffic in Orlando and I don't know, Miami, you can send 3,000 messages from one and 1,000 messages from another one day, and then you can send all 4,000 from one market the next day. You don't have to make any changes to your account. It's all on the account level, so you don't have to make you don't have to kind of maneuver things around to change your marketing techniques. So the requirements, I mentioned that you do have to have a social media presence. You also have to have an EIN through the IRS. If you currently do not have an EIN, you can go to the IRS website and get one. The only thing that we ask, it does take the IRS about 5 days to process that. So in order to get you started on the new version, you would need to wait at least that 5 days to start that 10DLC process. But if you already have an established EIN, you can start that 10DLC process if you have not already. And then just make sure the information reflected matches what the IRS has on file. The third-party entity that verifies these will decline it if the address does not match the EIN. So make sure that that information is accurate. And I talked social media presence. An active real estate investor website is best, but if you do have a business, Facebook or Instagram or some sort of Twitter, some sort of social media presence, as long as it shows that you are in the real estate investment world and that's the business that you're doing, you will have no problems qualifying for the new 10DLC. So, and again, if you don't have those, you may want to get a website set up prior to starting that process. So steps moving forward. We talked about the 10DLC registration process. If everything is matches the IRS information and that website looks good, it shows that you're a real estate investor, generally we're seeing 10DLC registrations processed immediately. If there is something that they need to verify by a human, it can take up to 48 hours, but that is not, that's not the norm. Normally we see it immediately. If you start this registration process and you see that it has failed for some reason, please reach out to support and we can help mitigate what's going on and walk you through the process. Once you are registered, the next thing you're going to do is add a market, and you can do that in your account settings. As long as you are in that account settings and you click add a market, moving forward, it will be on the new version. Okay, so this is where you're going to select the area code that you're sending messages from. And again, if you have additional markets now, you can always add those in, not a problem. But something to note is on this new version, initially to add that new market, to get the phone numbers acquired, it can take anywhere from 2 hours to 2 weeks to process this. So we want you to get these new markets added now so you can continue using the old markets until these markets are ready to use. Once the new markets are ready to use, you can deactivate those old markets and be strictly on the new system from there. So once it's added and it's ready to go, you just start using those new markets. And you're going to create your campaigns under new markets. If you have campaigns going now, you're going to want to wrap up those conversations, those ongoing conversations on the old markets, so that those new follow-up campaigns will be strictly on the new markets. And again, if you need help with this, Shawnee has a little bit of time on her calendar. I can help you guys out, and support can walk you through this as well. So like I said, you're going to finish up those conversations, and as soon as you feel comfortable that those conversations, that loop is closed, you can go ahead and release those old markets. The next thing are some important dates to remember. On November 15th, we need everybody to have at least one new market added to your account. What's going to end up happening is, if you don't have those markets added by the 15th, that November 30th deadline is going to be missed. And that is when all outgoing conversations, initial messaging will be halted from the old markets. So you can continue those messages. If somebody's responded, you can respond back, but you just can't send new messages from these old markets November 30th. So we want to make sure those new markets are up and going and operational before then. And then December 30th, all of our legacy markets, all of the old markets will be deactivated. So, so for the smoothest process possible, we need to get this started as quickly as possible so that you guys don't have a gap in sending messages. So December 30th, if you don't have that new market started, you won't be able to send messages until this is done. I talked about pricing and how we changed our pricing structure. So you will notice that we do have 3 plans now: the Core, Pro, and Enterprise plans, starting at $500. And each plan has initial messages per day. So Core is 1,200 messages per day, which corresponds with the number of prospects. It's a 1-to-10 ratio, you'll notice. So 1,200 messages is 12,000 monthly prospects. 3,000 messages, 30,000, so on and so forth. If you're on the Core plan, let's say, but you're not quite ready to move up to the Pro plan, you can add blocks of capacity. And capacity is an additional 300 messages per day and 3,000 monthly prospects for $100 a month. So if you just want to do 2,000, you can come to the 1,200 and then click add capacity until you hit where you want to be. And then the additional market is, like I said, the area code, but that is strictly an area code. It does not add additional capacity. It's just a way to kind of segment that out if you do marketing in different areas. The last thing I want to mention before we start answering questions is we are here to help you. I know that change can be hard. We are striving to be the best product on the market, and this is just one step closer to getting us there. We want to make this as seamless as possible for you guys. So please, please, please reach out to support at Lead Sherpa. You could reach out to me or Shawnee if you guys have our emails, and we will help you however we can. I will give a few minutes here for you guys to ask any questions. I want to make sure that we get all of your questions answered, all of your concerns answered, and that we can get you guys started on this new version. So I'll give you guys a few minutes here. You guys can also use the chat as well. I think Shawnee's monitoring that chat as well. Nobody has any questions? Shawnee, do you have anything that you would like to add at this point? Oh, we got one here. Is there a new system app for this new version? Or is it still the same app? No, so we are web-based, so everything will stay the same. The only thing that will change is the markets that you are using. So the app will stay exactly the same. The website to log in will stay exactly the same. Anyone else? How do we get this? Okay, so how do we get this new market? Do we need to contact support? No, you do not need to contact support. If you log into your account and go under account settings, you will see on that account settings, that main screen there, towards the bottom, there's an add market button, and you just click add market there. The other thing I wanted to mention too, with our new pricing structure, some of you may see a difference in your current pricing. If it's a significant difference, please let us know. We want to make sure that we do everything that we can to get you guys at least as close as possible to where you were at with number of messages. Since going from a phone numbers based system to an all-inclusive, it does change the pricing just a little bit. Some people may not notice anything. Some people it may be cheaper for, so it may make a little bit of a difference. But if it's a huge difference, please reach out to us and we can make sure to take care of you. Another question: we can't change the market in our campaign now. Started today. What can we do, or do we need to wait the 2 hours or 2 weeks? That's a good question. So if you add that new market into your account, you can still use the old market. What you'll need to do is just create a brand new follow-up campaign. And as you're creating that follow-up campaign, you'll select the new market. You are right, they did change it as of today, actually, where if you click that edit button, you can't change, you used to be able to change the markets and you can't do that anymore. So you would just create that follow-up campaign, and as you're setting it up, it will prompt you to select a market at that point. The next question: this will not affect skip tracing, right? Since that is a pay-per-use service. Correct. This does not affect skip tracing at all. This is just for SMS subscriptions. Hopefully I'm getting your questions answered. If you're not getting the answer you're seeking, just ping me again and I'll see if I can clarify better. Sorry, I can't see where we can add the new market. Shawnee, can you put in the chat the article to adding a new market? The KB article. We're gonna get you the article there, and that way you can see where to add it. You should just be able to click in account settings, and then the little, looks like a little person icon, and then it should be on that front screen there. But we'll get you that KB article. Anything else from anybody? I will. I'll get you a couple of KB articles to help. Perfect. If you guys see it in the chat now, there's the setting up 10 DLC and adding a market. So there's that KB article there. Let me know if you guys can't see that article, and I can email it to you after this webinar here. Okay. Oh, chat should not be disabled. I'm gonna put it in the questions here. There we go. Let me disable. Shawnee, can you take a look and see? Oh, I see why. Hold on 1 second. I apologize, you guys. There we go. Can you guys see that now? Okay, let me know if you can see that now. So for how much are we going to be charged for 4,500 messages per day? So let's go back to the pricing page here and I'll show you. So you would want to do the pro plan, right, which is 3,000 messages per day. And then you would get up to 3,900, or no, I'm sorry, 3942. So you would have 5 units of capacity. So you have the pro plan with 3,000 markets, and then you would add 5 units of capacity. So it would be $1,500 for 4,500 messages. Does that make sense there? So the $1,000 plus the additional capacity. So let me know if that answers your question there. The next question here, if I remember correctly, the legacy core plan has 30 phone numbers included. How many numbers are included for this updated version? So like I said, phone numbers are not an issue anymore. With this new version, we have customers sending out 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 messages with just 5 phone numbers. So I think what everybody eventually will get up to 10 phone numbers, but we will automatically rotate them for you if we see on the back end that the health is declining. So phone numbers are not anything that you guys will have to worry about moving forward. Okay. Anything else that anyone has? Also, Shani, can you post the KB article for the moving phone numbers article as well, please? And we'll get you guys that article, and that should, between those 2 articles, it should give you the instructions step by step on how to get moved over to the new version. But again, we are here to help. And if you get stuck somewhere or don't understand something, let me know. Yeah. Okay, Home Plug, you can talk now, I think.
Yes, hello?
Yeah.
Hey, I had a quick question. How much would it cost to send out 10,000 messages on a daily basis?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So what we would do is, if you want to talk to Shawnee after this call, since it's the enterprise plus, it's more than the enterprise plan, we can navigate through that with you and get you an exact amount.
Okay, when am I going to be able to, I guess, talk to Shani?
Shawnee, yeah, Shawnee, can you put your email in there and in the chat so that they can reach out to you if they need to? Yeah, we have people seeing great results with that higher volume. So yep, we would love to help you out here. I'll put in 1 second. I'm gonna put her email address in here.
In the chat?
Yep, yep.
It says the chat. Oh wait, hold up. Let me. Okay, I guess I'll be on the lookout for. I'm gonna put mine as well, just in case, because I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. And I also had another question.
Yes.
How long did it take to register for that DTCL thing?
Oh, the 10 DLC. So as long as you have an EIN and a website, it takes about, I mean, you go in, you put in your business information, your business name, your EIN, your address, and you hit submit in the website and you hit submit. And it'll take you guys about a minute or so to fill out the form. And most people, as long as that information is what the IRS has on file, you'll get an instant 10 DLC has been approved. So it should be pretty instant there for you.
What happens if I don't have a website?
What's that?
What happens if I don't have a website?
So do you have any kind of social media presence, like a business Facebook page, or a Instagram or something like that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, as long as you have some sort of social media presence showing that you're a real estate investor, go ahead and put that link in there. And then they can, the third-party entities that verify all this can see that on there and be able to get you approved.
Okay, and all right. All right, I just shot an email out to Shawnee. And then there's no, so when does it go into effect that we won't be able to send out any messages from our old market channels?
So the dates that you guys need to think about are on the screen here. So November 15th, we want to get you guys with those new markets. So that way, if it does take some time, November 30th is the date that you won't be able to send new messages out. You can finish up your conversations, but no new messages can go out November 30th. And then December 30th is when all of those old legacy markets will be deactivated.
What about call forwarding? Like, let's just say I have all these old numbers, and if somebody calls into one of those old school legacy market numbers, does it get call forwarded? Can we get it call forwarded to my number, or you're just completely?
Yeah, so you can still set up call forwarding the same way that you did. That will stay the same. So in your account, you can set up that call forwarding number. So if they do call that old number, it will forward. But with that being said, you may want to do an initial or a reach out of any old conversations if you want with the new markets, and just say, hey, this is my new number. I'm still interested in purchasing your house or something like that, and give them your new phone number.
Okay, understood. And one last question: what is that 10 DLC thing? What is a registry? Like, what is it? What is it for exactly?
So that is, so you know how there's all these regulations going into place about spam text messages and spam and robocalling and all that kind of stuff, right? So there's these entities out there that put out all these regulations to protect consumers. Because I don't know about you guys, but I know I get a ton of phone calls about my car warranty expiring, right? So it's to stop things like that. But what you guys are doing is legitimate business. It's legitimately offering to purchase something from someone. You're not reaching out to sell them anything. You're not reaching out for anything like that. So what you guys are doing is 100% compliant, but these entities need to know that you're being compliant doing it, that your company is truly something that is reaching out to offer to buy. So this is that verification. The way I think of it, it's kind of like that TSA pre-check. You know, you give them all your information, and then you're like, okay, you don't have to go through the rigmarole of going through security anymore because you're verified.
Oh, I see. And alrighty. And then what about scrubbing? Are you guys gonna have like a scrub integrated within the system?
To scrub
Numbers.
litigators?
Or just phone numbers, anybody that registered on the DNC.
So no, we don't actually scrub against the national DNC list because of our use case, because we are reaching out to buy something and not sell something. We don't fall under that the category of the DNC. Now, if a customer or if a prospect responds back to you directly from text messaging saying, "Don't contact me," at that point, you cannot contact them again. So that's why there is that opt-out language there. So if they say stop, then you do have to abide by that opt-out.
And what if they can't like report us or try to find us or anything?
If they try to what, I'm sorry?
If they trying to find us, like, like they try to find us if they're on the DNC.
Oh, I see. So we have had, we have a couple letters from our lawyers telling, presenting our case and talking about how we are 100% compliant and that what we're doing is legal. Of anybody that has been a lead Sherpa customer, if anybody has ever gotten sued, nobody has ever lost a case because of it.
Because you guys are, because the message is like offering something, it's not selling something.
Correct. Right. And it's not an auto texter. So that's why you have to click that send button every time. Because if we were an auto texter or if we were trying to sell them something, that would not be compliant.
Alrighty. All right. I don't think I have any more questions. I shot out my email to Shani.
Perfect. Okay, and I'm going to answer some questions in here that we're getting in through the Q&A. Those that are 10DLC verified have no need to re-verify, correct? That is correct. If you've already verified and all of the information is there, you do not need to do anything else. If you're missing information like a website, because that is a newer requirement, the system will prompt you that you need to add a website there. So if you're missing anything, the system will let you know that. If you do not get any prompts, you don't have to re-verify. So since we need to have an EIN through the IRS, does that mean we can't hire VA? So I'll read that again, I'm sorry. Since we need to have an EIN through the IRS, does this mean that we can't hire a VA overseas to work on Sherpa anymore? How does that work? No, you can absolutely have VAs overseas working for you. This is just to verify through those compliant, the regulatory committees that proving that you are a legitimate company, that you're not trying to scam people, that you're not spamming them, that you're a legit company. You can have as many VAs as you want working for you. This is just to verify that what you're doing is legitimate. How would the bills look like during this transition? So what's going to happen is that first market that you add will be free, and you won't be charged for that market. It will be included. And then if you add additional markets is when it would be charged $100, or adding capacity would be charged. Otherwise, your next billing cycle will reflect the current plan that you're on. Now, just a side note, the prices of those plans haven't changed. So, if you're on Pro and you've been paying $1,000 for Pro, on your next billing cycle, you will still get billed $1,000 unless you add additional markets or capacity in the meantime. Okay. What else do we got? I hope I answered everybody's questions. It looks like people are starting to sign off here. If you guys, like I said, if you guys think of anything while you're going through this process, please reach out to support@leadsherpa.com. And we would be more than happy to help get you guys squared away. In the meantime, I hope that you guys find this process as smooth as we could have made it, and that you guys reap these benefits, because I think you're really gonna see some great benefits from this new version. So I'm gonna give about 2 more minutes, and if nobody else has any questions, I hope you guys have a great day. Okay, well, I don't see anyone else has any questions. So thanks for joining, everybody, and hopefully we will see you guys soon.